Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grananti Ye Bhurida Jana Bhuvi Grananti Ye Bhurida Jana. The Master with the Brahmo devotees. The new chapter. We have finished the first stanza and the second two. End of the second paragraph. The members of the Brahmo Samaj who had been eagerly awaiting Sri Ramakrishna's arrival, when the carriage bringing the master and a few devotees reached the garden house, the assembly stood up respectfully to receive him. There was a sudden silence. See how we honor and strive to receive a holy man or a person, a dignitary comes, how we stand up to receive him. For what? Because we accept his greatness, his higher level of existing, and the always higher things flow down. On the mountains, whatever ice that has fallen or snow that has fallen melts and flows down as river. So the moment I accept someone as superior to me, elder to me, the acceptance itself makes the way to flow that knowledge into me. If many people come, especially the modern children, small children, they don't want to bow down. They don't want to bend out their head because they feel themselves quite equal to others. So the knowledge doesn't flow. When I am equal to you, when two tubs are equal water, you cannot siphon out, you cannot. They live at the same level. If one is higher, one is lower, if you siphon it out, it becomes equal, and when it becomes equal, it stops. When a person thinks equal, then nothing he can receive from the other. When he accepts himself to be lower, the doors are open. And then the knowledge starts flowing with him. The wisdom starts flowing with him. Just getting all together, the whole assembly is standing up when Sri Ramakrishna is entering the hall. You can imagine there is absolute silence next moment. Till then people are talking to each other, everything was going on, gaja-baja, gaja-baja sound. Like fish market, everybody is talking, and when everything is silence. It is nicely described also. When the carriage bringing the master and a few devotees reached the garden house, the assembly stood up respectfully to receive him. It is the Guru doesn't give anything to the disciple. He cannot give, nor the disciple can receive. When the ego of the disciple subsides, it demands, it inspires the Guru to release the knowledge. It is disciple who is releasing the knowledge of the Guru by his humility, by his love, his longing. Guru cannot give it, but the disciple can draw it. It is drawing. Just like in bank accounts, we draw. The manager will not go on giving your own money, but still he will not be giving you. You can draw and take. Like that, the disciples' longing, disciples' urge to receive, disciples' humility makes the Guru give away the knowledge. It is now, when all people get up, stand, what would be the state of the master? Oh, he wants to open everything and give away everything. Bless them all. Otherwise, he will remain in his own glory, unaffected by anything. Now, his compassion is awakened, his love is awakened, the powers which he can use to wake up people, that is awakened. So every soul is going to get the benefit. There was sudden silence, like that which comes when the curtain in a theatre is about to be rung up. People who had been conversing with one another now fixed their attention on the master's serene face, eager not to lose a single word that might fall from his lips. How the Sri Ramakrishna, there the author gives the example. Theatre, people all are sitting, the screen is down, people are talking to each other, so much of sound and all going on. The moment the screen starts going up, everybody's attention is drawn there, and there is absolute silence. Everybody stops talking to each other and looks at the curtain in the theatre is climbing up. Like that, master's coming, there is absolute, every eye is riveted on master. It doesn't want a single word to be lost. The sight of Shivnath, the master, at the sight of the Shivnath, one of the devotees who is there, Shivnath, the master cried out joyously, "Ah, he is Shivnath. You see, you are a devotee of God. The very sight of you gladdens my heart. One hemp smoker feels very happy to meet another. Very often they embrace each other in exuberance of joy." See, it is a creation of a atmosphere. Sri Ramakrishna he has to touch the heart of every soul now. They are all waiting. Little fun and humor will make them release all stresses and strains in their mental states and in the heart. A small fun. Usually any saint saintly person. You can, even our Krishna Mat, Periyar, Swamiji was there. Vishweshwara Tirtha. Here also, how humorously he used to keep the whole audience engaged. Every word he will have fun about the word, pun about the word also. And keep the mind and heart light for things to enter. Now Sri Ramakrishna is making the same thing, making every heart light while practicing tabla. The more stiff you keep, the sound doesn't come. You start keeping the hand loose, it simply makes sound. Touch it, it makes sound. You beat, it will not make sound. Just touch. Loose, you make it loose, it is giving sound by just a touch. Such a beautiful thing. Like that, we are understand, we get relaxed. The whole system gets relaxed. When another thing is asking someone to sing a bhajan, the whole mind gets transported. When there is lack of grip on the spiritual life, now Sri Ramakrishna is pure spiritual magnitude with which he is sitting. He is the storehouse, a mine of spirituality, a spring of spirituality. So everybody is charged. If that charging is lacking, then to create the charge, to create the atmosphere a little below the normal receptive capability is less. Some diversions are there, some people are not aware, means not tuned to what I am going to talk. Then just ask them to sing a bhajan, a beautiful bhajan. If one fails to sing a beautiful bhajan, ask another one, you sing one. Some song will make them tune themselves to the spiritual standards, that whatever I speak, they are able to receive it. The receptivity won't be there. This is one of the things that we adopt in rousing the spiritual consciousness, to give something and them to receive. Another thing is, many of the Swamis I saw, they tell the reminiscences of their olden days, meeting direct disciples or something, an incident in the life of those people, how they tackled a situation or how their presence was there, how it used to. This makes them get tuned unconsciously, without effort, just listening to a story-like thing. Their mind gets tuned to the spiritual existence. It can be given. Sri Ramakrishna is talking about the devotion, devotee. Shivanath is one of the devotees of very high class, means really a person who has given him his all to God, as if loving God intimately, feeling the living presence of God with him. He is a devotee. Sri Ramakrishna is very happy to see each time, anytime Shivanath comes, you will see him expressing great joy and ecstatic states, like any devotee for that matter, even bhajan groups, when they come, Sri Ramakrishna is to be in ecstatic states. Maximum losing external thing is when he sees Naren. So he utilizes the presence of Shivanath to awaken the hearts of all people who are there. One is to introduce how God feels attracted to a person who is lover of God. It is God responding to the devotee. It is lifting the devotees heights to higher level to show that you be that, you be that. You be a devotee. You will be loved by God. You will be loved by nature. You will be loved by all people. And you will reach Him safely. Here is Shivnath. You see, you are a devotee of God. What a expression. All people are devoted to something in this world, not of God. What is the sign of a person loving God, being a devotee of God, devoted to God? Am I devoted to something else? If I am devoted to God, God is Purna. And my giving to a Purna, I don't lack anything anywhere. I need not devote myself anywhere. If I am devotee of God, I am full within at all times. I don't lack anything. When he says you are a devotee of God, means you have given yourself to God and you possess God. You don't lack anything. You will not feel, oh, I want that, I want this. He is Purna within. A devotee of God doesn't feel dearth of anything in this world, including jnana. He is bhakta, but there is no abhava of jnana for him, because God Himself is with him. You are a devotee of God. The very sight of you gladdens my heart. Heart is a point of innermost existence, independent of all layers. All layers, body, mind, senses, intellect, all these belong to nature. When I say I gladden at mind, I am glad. Mental states of joy, no. It gladdens my heart. Heart is apart from all external things. I drop off all the layers that are covering me, and there, within my own spiritual existence, I find the joy looking at you. Because he is linked to the God. When a person is linked to the God, means when he is anchored within, when he is in the direct contact with God, he is God Himself. When a devotee is constantly thinking of God, there is his personality is just a occasion for God to occupy that place. A devotee, it is very difficult to become a devotee. Devotee means I have devoted myself to God. The devotion, I devote myself to God. When I become a devotee and devote myself to God, I cannot be devoted to anything else in this world. My whole thing is He, and He is Purna. So when he says, you are a devotee of God, that gladdens my heart. So it is just like a magnet touching a needle. The moment magnet touches the needle, needle becomes another magnet. It can lift another needle. If it is disconnected from the needle, is disconnected from the magnet, immediately the other thing other needle falls off. A needle cannot hold another needle. This is not magnet, it is an ordinary needle, iron piece. It cannot hold the other. It cannot attract the other, hold the other. But if it is touching another magnet, it can hold. Because magnet is touching, this also has become magnet. A devotee whom is backed by God and who is in constant link with God and holding on to God, then you see he is just like God. God is expressing in and through, just like magnetism is expressing through that needle to grab the other needle. To that extent, the power of God works. And to that extent, we see there is the only difference is it is not magnet by itself. It is magnetized by the magnet behind. Magnet, real magnet is always magnet. This is magnet when the other magnet touches needle. So here Shivanath is, the God is as if expressing through his body and mind. Sri Ramakrishna is fascinated because he sees the divinity flowing out of Shivanath. Divine alone can recognize divine. Whole people living with him for decades together or his own children may not be recognizing what Shivanath is. But Sri Ramakrishna recognizes it. It gladdens my heart. One hemp smoker feels very happy to meet another. Very often they embrace each other in exuberance of joy. Common purpose, common ideals, common acts make them go together. Here, common existence. We go to the root. When divine comes into picture, when devoteeship comes into picture, when dedication and sacrifice is there, you will see we are going to the root of our existence. In existence, we match each other and live together. The devotees burst out laughing. Now the real formation is there in thee. When people, Sri Ramakrishna, they are all expecting, those who have seen Sri Ramakrishna and intimately know Sri Ramakrishna, their attitude will be entirely different. They know what Sri Ramakrishna is. All else are seeing Sri Ramakrishna, they get up, they offer their respects, everything is there. But Sri Ramakrishna is there, I am here, that oneness, the freedom to approach, freedom to receive won't be there. I am feeling his presence, I am honoring him, but I need not feel oneness with him. When a laughter comes, they become one. All laugh, and already they have become one. When I was in Chennai Mutt, somehow different departments were not able to meet each other freely. Each department with their own work and activities, which is unrelated to the other. There is shrine department, there is publication, there is sales and there is dispensary. There are no common things. They need not talk to each other also. They will be in their own field, working from morning till evening. And when they come for food also, they will be talking among themselves. Slowly, there is no unity. There is no enmity also. There is no difference also. We are living together with the same ultimate ideal because of our work and activities, different branches of life. Their whole activity is different. One is in dispensary, another is in publication. No common things to discuss also. So when they come to the dining hall, each will be sitting as if they are group, unrelated to each other. They look at everyone, each other, they smile, laugh, everything. But there is that oneness feeling was not there because of getting immersed in their own activities. So one young brahmachari came from Bombay. Every now and then he will tell one incident or a story to make everyone laugh. And the whole dining hall will be laughing, holding their stomachs. And that made the whole group one. There was different work, different activities. For years we have not met each other or joined together. Now we saw all the differences have dissolved. And they are eagerly waiting, oh, what will be today? What is he going to give us today? Some story about some Swami or this or that, some devotee's experience. So, we least expected. It is, he goes on telling in such a way, suddenly it bursts into laughter. Here we see the laughter is to unite. The difference, I am different from Sri Ramakrishna. He is great, he is something, I am there. The difference should not be there. The moment there is joy and laughing, immediately the difference dissolves. I am free. The freedom is such a freedom, nobody misuses that freedom. As far as spiritual aspirants are concerned, and the aim of life is clear. Otherwise, any freedom given to anyone, usually we misuse the freedom. Here it is not so. The freedom is utilized. So Sri Ramakrishna, everybody is feeling with oneness with the Sri Ramakrishna just because of this humorous incidents. The devotees burst out laughing. Master, many people visit the temple garden at Dakshineshwar. If I see some among the visitors indifferent to God, I say to them, you had better sit over there. Or sometimes I say, go and see the beautiful buildings. Laughter. There are some people who are not bad. They are, you can't say they are good, but definitely they are not bad. But they are not interested in the spiritual matters or God. They are quite good to that extent that they don't harm others, criticize others, or spend time in thinking otherwise. But there is no interest in spiritual life. When there is no interest in spiritual life, there is no higher living. If I am not attached to the lower living also, it is as good as living at a lower level. I am not attached to anything in the world, but I am not attached to God. Then I am indirectly living in the world only. There are only two things, and mind is such a thing, it cannot remain independent of things. Mind. So it wants to catch something or other all the time. There are only two things, either God or the world. So if we are not holding on to God, then we are holding on to the world, knowingly or unknowingly. So here we see there are few people who are not interested in the spiritual life or God or anything. But they come and Sri Ramakrishna has nothing to give to them presently except they view him and go away. So he asks them, oh, sit there, sit there. Sit there. It is, observe me, observe these people. Slowly there will be a transformation. Some dusting will take place from within. Then look at the beautiful buildings and come. Even in what they can be interested yet. So to keep them engaged, having come, and not to go empty-handed, these things are given. But there are others who are sincerely seeking God and they need immediate and direct instructions. One is something like taking care not to get diseases. Another is treatment, prophylactic and therapeutic. So some people need therapeutic, some don't need therapeutic. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.